日本に興味があるなら、これらの日本のスナックを楽しめるはずですよ。みなさん、こんにちは。Welcome back to NihonGoal, where we study Japanese language together. If you're new here, you can check out my earlier videos for JLPT N5 and N4 lessons. This is Minna No Nihongo Intermediate Lesson 10, Part 1. In this lesson, we will learn about hazu, 何々ことがある or 何々こともある and 何々た結果 or 何々の結果. If you haven't seen the vocabulary for this lesson, you can check it out here in this video. But before we begin, I want to thank TokyoTreat and Sakuraco for sponsoring today's video. If you're into anything Japanese, I know you will enjoy these. TokyoTreat and Sakuraco are subscription boxes filled with Japanese snacks. Every month, these boxes come with a unique theme and they always change up their snacks, so you won't get the same thing twice. So what's the difference between the two? Well, if you're into popular Japanese food items with fun flavors, you can get TokyoTreat. For the box this September, the theme is Moon Festival Munchies, celebrating Tsukimi. It has noodles, savory snacks, star-shaped pastries, and a bag of Kit Kats. The cool thing about this is it comes with this very well-designed guide booklet. It tells you the details of everything included in the box, and you can learn so much about Japanese culture. So let's try this mikan mochi with this ume soda. Let's try one of these. It's very soft and chewy. So let's try next this ume soda. So if you're into ume flavored things, you will definitely like this. Now, if you want authentic and traditional Japanese snacks from local artisans, then you can try Sakuraco. The theme this September is called the Kyoto Moon Festival. They are partnering with the city of Kyoto and its local snack makers to introduce traditional delights from Japan's ancient capital. They've included matcha cream pastries, candies and snacks, and it also has Kyoto's famous yatsuhashi. And by the way, every Sakura box always comes with a tableware. This time, I got this beautiful ceramic plate with the design of a moonlit Kyoto. Okay, so let's try some of these. Okay, so I think I want to try this one, Kyoto Hojicha Latte Pudding. How about pairing it with this Hojicha tea? Let's see how it tastes. It has roasted flavor. Yeah, it's very soft and creamy, but it's not too sweet. Okay, so let's try it with Hojicha. So this is really a good afternoon snack. Well, if you want to try all these amazing snacks while supporting this channel, then go use my coupon code NihonGoal to get $5 off from your first Sakuraco or TokyoTreat box. You can find the discounted links for these boxes in the description box below. Hi! じゃあ let's start today's lesson. 始めましょう. If you're ready, grab your notebook and let's get started. Our first grammar point is 何々はずだ. This is the casual form of the grammar point 何々はずです, which we've learned from lesson 46. This shows that the speaker believes something to be true based from prior knowledge or logic. So this means something is supposed to be, or the speaker is certain about something. For example, 荷物は今日着きますか? Will the luggage arrive today? 昨日宅配便で送りましたから今日着くはずです. Yes, I sent it by home delivery service yesterday, so it should arrive today. So how do we use this pattern? Just like はずです, we can use はずだ with verbs. It should be in plain form. For e adjectives, we can just simply add はずだ. For na adjectives, we have to add na before はずだ. For nouns, we have to add no before hazuda. And we can also use so no hazuda. Or sometimes if things didn't work out the way we expected it to be, we can use hazu na no ni, followed by something. For example, tsuku, to arrive. Tsuku hazu da, is supposed to arrive. Shimeta, closed. Shimeta hazu da, I'm certain I close it. Oishii, delicious. Oishii hazu da, it must be delicious. Kantan, easy. Kantan na hazu da, it should be easy. Eigyo chū, open for business. Eigyo chū no hazu da, it should be open. So let's take a look at some example sentences. Our first example, if you are into anything Japanese, I'm sure you will enjoy these Japanese snacks. We say, 日本に興味があるなら if you are into anything Japanese, and our verb is you will enjoy these Japanese snacks. We say, これの日本のおかずを, or we can also use これら, the plural form of これ. But it's more natural to just use これ. これの日本のおかずを, our verb is to enjoy. We say, 楽しめる. Again, we use the plain form of the verb. 楽しめる plus I'm sure, which is はずですよ. Okay, we just add よ to give emphasis. Again, 日本に興味があるなら、これの日本のおかずを楽しめるはずですよ. Another example, that store was supposed to be open today, but it was probably closed due to rain. We say, あの店は今日. So that store today is supposed to be open. To be open for business is 営業中. 営業中. And since this is a noun, we have to add particle no. 営業中の plus はずなのに. So supposed to be, but, so we say はずなのに. So we were expecting something, but it turned out to be different. And then, but it was probably closed due to rain, which is 多分雨で休業になった. 休業 means to be closed for business. Again, あの店は今日営業中のはずなのに、多分雨で休業になった. Another example, it takes 2 hours to reach Narita Airport by train. If you leave home at 7 o'clock, you should arrive at 9 o'clock. So based from facts or logic, the speaker is saying that this is what you should expect. So we say, 電車で成田空港まで2時間かかる. So by train, it will take about 2 hours to get to Narita Airport. 7時に家を出発すれば、9時に our verb is to arrive, which is 着く. 着く plus you should or you could expect to arrive, which is はずだ. 電車で成田空港まで2時間かかる. 7時に家を出発すれば9時に着くはずだ. Next example. Who opened the door? 誰がドアを開けた? B says, I don't know. 知らないよ. A says, that's strange. 変だな. I'm sure I closed it a while ago, but now it's open. さっき, a while ago, our verb is to closed, or in past tense, closed. 閉めた. さっき閉めたはずなのに. Okay, I'm sure, but 開いている. It's open now. 変だな. さっき閉めたはずなのに開いてる. Did you make this dish yourself? It must be delicious. So the speaker is telling the listener that she or he expects it to be delicious. It must be delicious. この料理自分で作ったんですか? Did you make this dish yourself? It must be delicious. So we have an adjective or an e adjective, which is delicious. We say おいしい plus はずだ。おいしいはずだ。It must be delicious. この料理自分で作ったんですか？おいしいはずだ。Next, you're smart, so the exam should be easy. Now we are using a na adjective, easy. あなたは頭がいいから。You're so smart, so その試験が our noun is easy, which is a na adjective. 簡単な。For na adjectives, we have to add na particle. 簡単な plus はずだ。And then we can add よね, right? あなたは頭がいいから、その試験が簡単なはずだよね。And last example. Is Constantine coming? コンスタンティンさんは来ますか？ Yes, he's supposed to. Okay, we don't have to mention the verb here, but it's already implied based from the previous sentence. So we say, はい、yes. その、that, はずです。It's supposed to be that way. はい、そのはずです。Or he's supposed to come. コンスタンティンさんは来ますか？はい、そのはずです。Our next grammar point is 何々はずがない or 何々はずはない。The only difference is the particle that we use. One is ga and one is wa. This is the negative form of 何々はずだ or はずです。This is used to strongly deny something based from sound reasoning. So this means that something cannot be true or there's no way something is. This can also be used with verbs, e-adjectives, na-adjectives, and nouns, just like 何々はずだ. Verb should be in plain form. Na should have na particle before はずがない or はずはない. And for nouns, there should be no, followed by はずがない or はずはない. For example, the verb 負ける, to lose. We use the plain form 負ける plus はずはない or はずがない. There's no way we would lose or there's no way someone would lose. Another example is using an e-adjective. For example, the e-adjective 面白くない. 面白くない. Not interesting. So we just add はずがない or we can also use instead of ない ありません if you want to be polite. 面白くないはずありません meaning it can't possibly be boring. And last example is using noun. For example, 独身, which is single, a single person. We say 独身のはずはない or はずがない There's no way he or she is single. So let's take a look at some examples on how to use this pattern. Our first example is the people next door went on a trip. There can't be anyone at home. We say 隣の人たちは or 隣の人は旅行に行ったから So they went on a trip, so there's no way anyone can be at home. We say 家に誰か So 家 at home plus 誰か someone. Our verb is to be, which is います or いる。家に誰かいる plus はずはない。So there can't be anyone at home. We can also say 誰もいない。So this time we are using the negative of いる which is いない or いません。誰もいない but we use the positive of はず which is はずです。誰もいないはずです。I expect no one is at home. 隣の人たちは旅行に行ったから家に誰がいるはずはない。or 誰もいないはずです。Another example, they practiced so hard, there's no way they will lose the match. あんなに練習したんだから。Okay, they practiced so hard. 試合に our verb is to lose, which is 負ける。負ける。And we add はずがない。There is no way they will lose the match. あんなに練習したんだから試合に負けるはずがない。Or if we use the negative of 負ける, which is 負けない, we say 負けないはずだ。I'm certain they won't lose. あんなに練習したんだから試合に負けるはずがない。Next example, if it's free, there's no way he won't go. 無料なら So he, the subject, 彼は our verb is won't go, which is 行かない。彼は行かない plus はずがない。無料なら彼は行かないはずがない。Then we can add よ just to give emphasis. 無料なら彼は行かないはずがないよ。He's so good looking, there's no way he's single. 彼はイケメンだから、イケメン is like to be cool or to be good looking or to be a really, really nice guy. And our noun is to be single, which is 独身. Since it's a noun, we have to add の独身の there is no way はずはない。彼はイケメンだから独身のはずはない。And last example, yesterday I saw Cornelius with his girlfriend at the movie theater. 昨日映画館でコーニーユさんが彼女と一緒にいるのを見かけたよ。That can't be true or that can't be such a thing. Cornelius is now on a business trip to the US. そんなはずはない。そんなはずはないよ。There's no such thing. コーニーリュさんは今アメリカに出張しているよ。そんなはずはないよ。コーニーリュさんは今アメリカに出張しているよ。Our next grammar point is 何々はずだった or はずでした。This grammar point is the past form of 何々はずだ or はずです。This is used when we want to say that something didn't turn out as we expected it to be. And the speaker is expressing feeling of regret or disappointment. So this pattern means something was supposed to, or we expected someone to have done something, or something should have been something. So how do we use this pattern? Same as before. With verbs, it should be in plain form. We can use it with e adjectives. We can use it with na adjectives. Again, with na before hazu, datta. And we can also use it with nouns. But we have to add no, followed by hazu datta or hazu deshita. For example, the verb kikoku suru. Kikoku suru meaning to go back home to our country. If you want to say, I was supposed to go back home to my country, but it didn't happen, we say, kikoku suru hazu datta. Kikoku suru hazu datta. I was supposed to go back home to my country. Another example using a verb is sanka shinai. So we have a negative verb, sanka shinai. I wasn't supposed to join. So we just add hazu datta. Sanka shinai hazu datta. I wasn't supposed to join. So let's take a look at some more examples on how to use this pattern. For example, I was supposed to go back to my home country, but I can't book a flight. Our verb is to go back home to one's home country, which is 帰国する. 帰国する. So go home to one's country plus はずだった. But we want to say I was supposed to, but so we use はずだったのに. I can't book a flight is 飛行機を予約できません。帰国するはずだったのに飛行機を予約できません。Next example, I wasn't supposed to participate in the training, but the manager made me participate. So here we want to literally say, I was supposed to not participate. So we want to use the negative of the verb participate. We say, 研修に in the training 参加しない. So participate is 参加する. We want to say not participate. So 参加しない. I was supposed to not participate. 参加しないはずだったが。But, so はずだったが here is but.The manager made me participate, or the manager forced me to do something, which is 部長に参加させられました。I was forced to join. I was forced to do something. 研修に参加しないはずだったが、部長に参加させられました。We can also say 参加する, the positive of participate, 参加する. But here we negate the はず。はずじゃなかったが。参加するはずじゃなかったが。So this one means wasn't supposed to participate. So you can use either of the two. Next, is Kaylee not coming? ケイリーさんは来ないんですか? She was supposed to come, but it was suddenly no longer convenient, so our verb is to come, which is 来る。来る plus はずだったんですが。So, but 来るはずだったんですが。So, we are just softening the sentence by adding です。来るはずだったんですが。But it was suddenly no longer convenient. 急に都合が悪くなって、Okay? 来るはずだったんですが、急に都合が悪くなって。Next example. That store was supposed to be open until 11 o'clock, but it's just 8 o'clock and it's already closed. あの店は11時まで営業中の。So 営業中 is to be open for business. Again, we add の for nouns. 営業中の plus はずだった was supposed to be. あの店は11時まで営業中のはずだった。でも、まだ8時なのに、but it's just 8 o'clock. もう閉店です。It's already closed. So they closed early. あの店は11時まで営業中のはずだった。でもまだ8時なのにもう閉店です。Next example. It was supposed to be a simple wedding, but my parents invited so many guests. We say, supposed to be a simple wedding. So be a simple wedding is シンプルな結婚式。シンプルな結婚式 is a noun. So we add の。plus はずだったけど but シンプルな結婚式のはずだったんだけど両親がたくさんゲストを招きました。My parents invited so many guests. シンプルな結婚式のはずだったけど両親がたくさんゲストを招きました。招きました is to send out invitations. So to be clear, what's the difference between 彼は昨日来たはずだ and 彼は昨日来るはずだった。So here we have はずだ here we have はずだった。So the difference is in the first one, the speaker believes that he surely came based from evidence. While 来るはずだった means the speaker believed that he came but actually he didn't come. So he probably made a promise to come, but he couldn't come. Our next grammar point is 何々ことがある or 何々こともある. The difference is just the particle. One is ga and one is mo. This expression is used when we want to say that a situation or an event occasionally happens or arises. This means that there are times when something happens, or there are also times when something happens. We first learned about nani nani koto ga aru pattern from beginner lesson 19 when we want to say that we've experienced something, right? For example, 私はベネチアに行ったことがあります。I have been to Venice, or I have experienced going to Venice. Now, how do we use 何々ことがある or 何々こともある in this pattern? We can use it with verbs which should be in dictionary form. And then we add koto ga aru or koto mo aru, or instead of aru, we can say arimasu, which is the polite form, right? Aside from the dictionary form of the verb, we can also use verb in nai form or the negative form. And also we can use e adjectives, na adjectives. Again, for na adjectives, we have to add na particle. And for nouns, we have to add no particle. So we have verbs, e adjectives, na adjectives, nouns, plus koto ga aru or koto mo aru or arimasu. So let's take a look at some example sentences on how to use this pattern. My father rarely gets mad, but there are times he gets angry like a demon. 父はめったに怒らないが、so he rarely or seldom gets mad, but there are times that, he gets mad. たまに鬼のように like a demon, our verb is to get angry, which is 怒る。怒る。We use the dictionary form. たまに鬼のように怒る plus こともある。There are also times that it happens. 父はめったに怒らないが、たまに鬼のように怒ることもある。Another example. Trains in Japan are always on time, but there are times they are late. It happens occasionally. 日本の電車はいつも時間通りに、時間通り means to be on time. 時間通りに来るが、or to come, 来るが、たまに our verb is to be late, which is 遅れる plus こともある。日本の電車はいつも時間通りに来るが、たまに遅れることもある。Next example, my mother's cooking is always delicious, but there are times when it's bad or it's not delicious. We say, 母の料理はいつも美味しいが、時々 our adjective is bad. Sometimes まずい。まずい is not to taste good. plus こともある。時々まずいこともある。But you shouldn't tell that to your mother, okay? 母の料理はいつも美味しいが、時々まずいこともある。Next example. This supermarket hardly ever closes, but occasionally it does. このスーパーはほとんど休みがないが、ほとんど means very rare, hardly. 休み is to be closed for business, right? Occasionally, たまに、休みの。So we use the noun 休み or day off. 休みのこともある。But occasionally, they have 休み or they have day off. このスーパーはほとんど休みがないが、たまに休みのこともある。Our last grammar point is 何々た結果 or 何々の結果。結果 means result. So the pattern X た結果 Y or X の結果 Y, this means that the occurrence of X led to Y. How do we use this pattern? We have verbs. It should be in た form. So verb た form plus 結果 followed by the result. And we can also use noun. For noun, we have to add no. Noun no 結果 followed by the result. We can also use the word その結果, meaning as a result of that, this is what happened. For example, 相談する to consult with someone. We say 相談した結果。相談した this is the た form, right? 相談した結果 as a result of talking or discussing this 何々. Another example is using a noun. For example, アンケート or questionnaire. So we add のアンケートの結果 as a result of the questionnaire, followed by the conclusion. So let's take a look at some example sentences. For example, the result, or after consulting with my husband, we've decided that I'll quit my job and take care of the children. お with my husband, our verb is 相談する, which we turn to that form. 相談した。夫と相談した結果. So, that form plus 結果. After consulting with my husband, the result is 仕事を辞めて子供の世話をすることにした。夫と相談した結果、仕事を辞めて子供の世話をすることにした。After much thought, I decided to move my family to the countryside and live with my parents. So the result is this. We say, いろいろ. Our verb is to think, which is 考えた in that form, right? いろいろ考えた結果. Again, as a result of thinking about it, 家族と一緒に田舎に引っ越して、両親と一緒に住むことにした。いろいろ考えた結果、家族と一緒に田舎に引っ越して、両親と一緒に住むことにした。Next example. As a result of the study, it was found that people in Okinawa live the longest. So here we have a noun, which is study or examination or investigation or research. We say 調査. So we add の. 調査の結果. As a result of the study, 沖縄県の人が一番長生きすることがわかりました。長生きする is to live long. 調査の結果、沖縄県の人が一番長生きすることがわかりました。Another example, as a result of the questionnaire. It turned out that many young people want to work in other countries. We have the noun questionnaire, which is アンケート. So we add の. アンケートの結果. As a result of the questionnaire, 他の国で働きたいと考えている若者. Okay? Young people thinking of or wanting to work in another country. たくさんいることが分かった。Turned out to be many. アンケートの結果、他の国で働きたいと考えている若者がたくさんいることが分かった。Now it's time for you to try. What were you supposed to do yesterday, but you weren't able to do? 昨日何をするつもりだったんですか? For example, 走りに行くはずだったが、雨が降った。I was supposed to go jogging, but it rained. How about you? Write your answers in the comment section below. はい、お疲れ様でした。今日のレッスンはどうでしたか？役に立ったら LIKE ボタンを押してくださいね。もしコメントとか質問があれば、ぜひ下に書いてください。I hope you learned something today. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the part 2 of this lesson. If you want to support this channel even more, please consider becoming my Patreon to my Patreon page where you can get the lesson PDF and other study materials. And to all my Patreons, thank you so much for your continued support. 本当にありがとうございます。Okay, so that's it for today's lesson. I will see you in the next one. またね! Thank you to our elite scholars Cornelius, Constantine, and Kaylee. And to our study buddies Paul, Taras, Jimmy, Stephanie, DM, Mark Anthony, Peggy. And to all our NihonGoal students, 本当にありがとうございます。